Hey everybody, Bill here, Sunday Morning Rides YouTube channel, and just wanted to go through the operation. I'm changing the gear oil on my 250 XCW here. Uh, got a race tomorrow, and I am actually going to be making an adjustment to my clutch, and I thought this would be a good time to show you what I did to fix my clutch drag issue, because now I'm actually going to reverse it, the change that I made about 90 hours ago on the bike, because now that it's broken in, I think I can go back to that original change, or the stock setting, and I think it'll be okay. So I figured it'd be a good time to show you. So something I just remembered here that I did, or I found out, I should say, when you're working on your clutch, a couple of these screws here, a couple of these bolts are different lengths, and it could be a bit of a pain in the ass to trial and error your way through the size. So it's not a bad idea. Just take a piece of scrap cardboard you got laying around the house or the garage, and draw yourself up a easy little map and poke some holes in it. It really makes things easier. You know, just as you're popping them out, throw them in the right spot, and then you don't have to screw around when you're putting it back together. So now that we've got the clutch basket opened up, you can see the bolts that I'm talking about here. And this one right here, these three in particular, you can see they're numbered 1, 2, 3. Now my bike is a 2022 250 XCW. My bike from the factory was on 2. And what I did was, when I was troubleshooting my clutch drag issue, just for the hell of it, I bumped it up to 3. That was the first direction I went, and it was worse. And putting it to setting 1, that was the ticket. That once I did that, I went back to running the stock OEM recommended gear oil, which was 15W50 Motorex, I believe. Double check me on that. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. It was either 15W50 or 10W50. And moving this from just setting 2 to setting 1, problem gone. The clutch behaved like everything was totally normal. It didn't screw up anything. It just it brought this. It was just enough of a change to stop the bike from stalling out and put it to what I would consider a normal amount of clutch drag, which was, you know, just barely a pull. You know what I mean? Like it certainly shouldn't be stalling the bike, but that fixed my problem. So there wasn't any air in the lines. There wasn't any other issues with the clutch or anything like that. It ended up just being that this needed to be bumped to setting 1. So now that I have 100 hours on the bike, starting to feel like my clutch engagement point is a bit off. And you know, 100 hours, that's a good bit of time to run on a clutch, especially, you know, racing hours. And this is still obviously the original clutch. So I am going to bump this back to the OEM setting and see if that improves the my clutch pull, not my clutch pull, but the feeling that I'm getting with the clutch engagement point, and see if that improves it. And if so, then we're good to go. If not, then it just might be time for a fresh clutch pack. In which case, I've been really looking at the Hinson kit, and possibly even looking into the Recluse manual slave cylinder that they actually sell for these bikes. That's what I think I'm going to end up doing. Also considered a clutch weight, something that I'm throwing around the idea. But anyways, I don't want to get sidetracked here. I'm going to just bump this plate over to setting 2. Moral of the story is, if you have clutch drag issues and you're past the point of breaking in the clutch and it's still to the point of stalling the bike, you've bled air out of your lines, and everything is rock solid and you're clean, pop your clutch cover off, inspect it, take this stuff apart, take your whole clutch pack apart, make sure that everything looks the way it's supposed to look, make sure there's nothing defective, and, you can give this a shot. Make note of what your existing setting is. On the other bikes, sometimes they are Roman numerals. So you'd see Roman numerals here. I've seen them also with letters like XYZ or ABC. Mine just have straight up just traditional numbers, 1, 2, 3. And again, my KTM XCW was on setting 2. I moved it to setting 1, and that was what relieved my clutch drag issue. Hope this was helpful. Another quick note before I end it, just make sure you are looking at your book for the torque specs on these screws. When you're putting this back on, you want to do a crisscross pattern and slowly tighten each and every single one of them. And that's pretty much it. Don't over tighten, especially these ones here on the outside. You don't want to strip any of those out, or you're going to have a really shitty day. And that's it. I hope that you guys found this helpful. I wish that somebody had just pointed this out to me when I was first screwing around with the bike. I had all sorts of people telling me that it's normal. And, people don't really listen to what you're actually saying. Like, every time I was talking about it, I was saying it's stalling the bike with the clutch lever pulled in. Like, that's not normal. That shouldn't happen. But anyways, I digress. Hope this was helpful. Catch you on the next video.